You can hear my audio.
9, 8,
Here we go with the tournament.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Again, so I can
0.
chat. I played this guy last week. This is the guy I got the miracle draw against. Let's see. Log into Twitch so I can see if there are any chat messages. My channel, maybe. I've already forgotten how to do this. Okay, I go to my channel. Click chat. Here we go. Okay, I got my chat room set up. Of course, I'm out of theory, as usual. I did look at some lines here last week, trying to figure out if there was something cool to do in this opening. I don't for the life of me remember it, though. I'm going to really take it nice and slow. I don't see any reason to get all worked up about this opening. Maybe here. Guard. I don't want to get into this thing I got into last week. But I have to be careful because he can play here and then he can win my e-pawn. I actually kind of want to play this. And then I could play f3 and queen e2 and all that stuff. I just really want to take this opening slow. Had too many problems. Okay, if I play there, if I play this and he plays here, I think I'm back in it again. Am I not? I think I'm going to play here. I think that's what I'm going to do. No idea what I'm doing here. Just going to play nice, slow, defensive stuff. Yeah. That is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get in a hurry. Let's let him figure it out. I'm 1.5 against this guy. I guess he's coming in here. I guess so. I'll probably end up having to capture that piece. I'm trying to avoid the traps that I fell into last week. This is actually a really strong move. And if I capture and he recaptures with the pawn, he can put this rook on that file, and this pawn is very weak. In fact, if he plays here, I ought to consider playing this. For real. F3, maybe. I mean, I'm not playing the best moves because I'm sure the best moves are do something like this and this, or this followed by this. I mean, I don't really have a really good plan here. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm going to have to play f3 just to protect e4. This is really bad. It's just bad. The c-file pressure that he has, it's strong. My pieces are on bad squares. See, he's attacking the knight again, just like last week. Now, I can play here and make him do something with that piece, because I do not want to get into what I got into last week. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. If he exchanges, I'll go ahead and pre-move the recapture. I just don't know. I do not know what to do in this game. I need to look at some opening lines in the con. See, once that knight comes here, I think I have to exchange it. I actually kind of want to just play that. Maybe bring a rook to the d file. I just can't find the moves. There have to be some really good concrete moves here. He might play here and here. I mean, that looks like a pretty good plan to me. He's going to soften up these queenside squares. I think I have to get a kingside attack going pronto. I really want to play here and then play f4, followed by e5. Okay, I didn't really expect that. Maybe this is what I'll do, though. Play here. I could consider running the h-pawn to soften up his kingside. He is not moving that quickly. Now, play here. I need that dark squared bishop for the attack. That's what I need. I say that as if I've got a really strong attack. I don't. Well, this move at least allows me to play f4. I can still play here. Queen's not on the f4 square. He's probably going to play d5. He's either going to play d5 or he's going to start this business, one or the other. Okay, I can trade queens right here if I want. Because otherwise he's going to take he could take my queen. We'll go into an endgame. take and push here. There's not a lot he can do to stop that either. Leaves this piece unprotected. But it'd take him a minute to attack it. I think I want to do that. I'm spending a lot of time on this. The only thing he can be considering is that. The check. If he plays the check, I capture with the rook. Okay, he did not do that. See, I have the option of capturing here and then playing here, and I've got a big center. And that is what I'm thinking about doing. Okay, I capture here, and he plays d5. And then I would play e5, make his knight move, and then play d4. And my knight could go into that square. Let's try this and see. See what happens. You know, his bishop's not great because he's got a lot of pawns on white squares. So his bishop has limited mobility. Also, because of my f3 move, he doesn't have any mobility along that diagonal. I mean, he can play like this, and then here, and then here. My knight will have to move, and he can come to the 7th rank. That's a lot of moves, and I get to move in the meantime. That was interesting. That was very interesting. So this square, I think I have to play d4 right now to avoid him. Yeah, I think I've got to play d4. And when he recaptures, I'm probably going to take with the knight. The knight could go then here. I can take with the rook. And then he plays d5. And then I come over beneath it. If I take with the knight and he plays d5, the knight goes to here. He's definitely going to play d5. I have no doubt of that. So what is best for me? Where's my knight? See, this knight on b3 could go here and here. Ultimately, maybe there. It's the thing I like about that move. Oh, I think I want to take with the rook. I'll take with the rook. Try to get the d. He's going to play d5. He should right now. This knight can go here and hit his bishop. That bishop's not strong right now, but it'll open up later. The position will open up and the bishop will be strong. So plus this rook is guarding these squares. This makes it harder for him to push a pawn to that square and kick my knight. Okay, he's done that. I'm going to play here. Now he'll probably play the rook behind the pawn. This guy right here. I'd love to put this piece here. Knight takes. It's a problem. I mean, I need this guy to be attacking this square. That's a lot of moves. Play there. He's going to have to move the bishop. And then, unfortunately, I don't really have a follow-up to that. here. He captures, and we trade out. I don't get anything out of that either. Maybe at this point, I play here. What was that noise? I'd fix that so it wouldn't do that, and it did it. If I do this, they can put that piece on the back rank. That piece has got to go there, I believe. Now, what if I attack his pawns like this? I like that idea. Pawn captures, knight captures. My knight can go in here. That's a possibility. Just remember, don't blunder. This guy cannot move. So he plays his freeing move. Let's see. If I play here and attack his rook, he's got to do something with that rook. If he moves it up, I capture here, rook captures, then I capture with the pawn, the knight captures, rook captures, rook captures, rook captures. For a moment, I've won a pawn. I want to play this move. Yeah, he's going to play here. Yeah, I believe that. Oh, he did not play there. Well, that's surprising. That's real surprising. Knight captures, pawn captures. I don't like doing it that way. I want to do this. This rook's coming to the 7th. I could kick his knight away, and then when it moves, I could capture the pawn with my rook. That looks a lot better than what I was thinking. I'm going to play here. It's got this square targeted. I'm going to take that, collect my pawn. Now, having done that, what do I do? Oh, I can trade a rook with check. Come back and attack this pawn. If I come back here, he can check me. He can win this pawn and he can win this pawn. One or the other or both. This pawn needs to go down the board. Oh, he's coming after that one. That's surprising. If I kick this piece, he can check me. after that, I don't think he has a move. Not a good one. And then I could even move this pawn. I've also got this check. Does that check net me anything? Right now, check. King goes back here. Let's kick this knight first. I believe he will check me here. That's a surprise. Do I have to go here? I've got to move faster. He's going to check me here with the knight, I believe. That knight can come out here. Yeah, so I gotta be careful. I don't want to help him out with giving him a free check. Let's see, there's a knight check here. I want to harass him. He's got to go back. Oops. I think this check wins the knight, doesn't it? He's in check by my rook. And I'm going to... Oh, great. All right. I won that one. All right. Time for a bottle of water before going on back to the tournament. That guy's really good, and I have to be careful when I'm playing him. Okay, here we go. Well, Tony's doing well. Santa Barbara's only got 10 points. Oh, did that guy say something? I missed it in the chat window. This opening is extremely dangerous. I want to play there. I'm completely out of theory here. Let's play that move. I'm going to drop my knight in right here. Threaten this. Forks the queen and the bishop. Now I want to play here. Look how fast this guy's moving. I guess he's wanting to play e5. I can play here and win his bishop. I could also play here first. Attack that bishop, see if he does anything. I actually kind of like that idea. I kind of got a little baby threat here. Play here. The queen's got to stay near the bishop. Take the bishop. He captures. Rook takes knight. Pawn takes. Knight goes here and forks the king and the queen. So to avoid that, he'd have to lose a piece. Okay. He moved there. I'll harass that bishop a little more. Wow. I didn't really expect that. I still want to go here. Take the bishop. I could go here and then here. That almost forces him to take it and put my rook on that square when I recapture. Huh. Attacks his queen too. I like that. I also want to move my king here. Because his queen and bishop could line up along that diagonal and attack that pawn. I'd love to play this pawn, but it'll hang my knight to his queen. Okay, he's going to make me move. That's fine. This is a lot of nothingness. Well, I can move it right back. I want to do that. If I capture, this bishop captures, I'm going to have to deal with that for a while. I want to do this. And then if he captures here, I'll recapture with the bishop. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Well, that's what he did. I don't think he gets anything by trading bishops. I don't. You'll get one cheap check. Move looks good for him. This queen's going here and targeting that pawn as soon as I go free move. Good move. If I play here and I give him the fork, queen grabs pawn, and I'm threatening this knight check, which means he doesn't have time to grab that rook. It's going to look tasty. He goes here, I go there. He takes my rook, that knight checkmates him. So how can he defend that pawn? Okay, if I go here, he could check with the queen. I go back, knight forks. That time it works. Could I kick the knight? Then I'll have this check. It's going to leave me with a weak pawn on the d file, but I don't think that matters. I'm not real happy about the fact that my king's sitting here wide open on this diagonal. No, I'm not happy about that at all. This knight could go here. Of course, instead of checking him, I could go all the way to here. I'd love to play this and this. Don't know if I have time or not, though. My d-pawn's going to be weak, but I'm really hoping to activate my queen. .93. Queen checks. King over. What do I have after that? Anything? Knight f4. Hitting his queen. Yeah. Let's say his knight goes here. Check. King over. Knight here. Hitting his queen. Forces his queen off of this diagonal. That might allow me to move this knight in. I'm trying to get some pieces around his king is what I'm trying to do. So I can checkmate him. That's the general idea. That is the idea. You know, he could play f4 right here. That's a pretty good move. Kind of puts an end to a lot of my plans. I kind of hope he doesn't do that. It's going to cause some problems for me. He's taking his time on this move. Only got it. He did it. He played f4. Do I have this fork? Hitting his queen. His queen has to move. I take his rook. Queen checks. Oh, he couldn't do that because of my queen. Could he? I really want to play there. He plays here. I'll take a rook. Check. Take. Play here, pawn takes knight. Oh, I take his queen. That won't work. I play here. He moves his queen. I take the rook. He's going to have to spend some time recapturing. Okay, I think it's worth it. It's going to get a little messy, but I think I'll win some material here. I think Queen G2 is his best move. He plays here. Then I play here. And the question is, where does he play? If he just recaptures, I could play this queen to here. Or take his knight. And he would take my knight. This guy is going to need a square someday. And I think that day is quickly approaching. Man, this is kind of a tight game for a guy that's rated 1839. And I've never played him before. I don't know anything about him. I don't know what team he's on. I don't know anything. Whoa. I capture queen check. No, you can't check there. I won't take that material for sure. What does he have in mind? Oh, he stopped my queen from coming here, for one thing. I can't get my queen to that square now. This guy's he's gonna need a square. I was wondering if he was gonna do that. Boy, this is really getting ready to be ugly. Huh. Wow. I'm kind of stunned. My knight does not have a way out. I'm going to lose that knight. Which is why I'm going to take his knight. I still have one of my checks, though. I think he's going to take with the king. He might take with the rook. If he takes with the rook, I'm definitely going to check him here. I'm going to come back and grab that pawn. I just got to be a little concerned with my king's safety. Yeah, just a little. Great thing about my queen being on this square is it'll help to protect my king. I probably should have checked first and then, because that would have forced his king to go here. Now he is going to have the. I bet you anything that was the move. Check first. Yeah. Look what he's doing. He's stopping my queen from coming over. This guy's giving it the old college try, isn't he? Yeah, I messed up on that move. Because he sure stopped that. Well, boy, this is getting ready to be wild. This is just going to open up a diagonal for him. I'm actually thinking I play this and then this. Boy, this is really going to be rough. I don't know what the right moves are here. I got to stop his king. I got to get off this diagonal. This is crazy. I think rook takes knight. I'm not sure that's his move. He's really playing some good moves. Could play here. I really screwed up by not playing queen g5 check. I needed my queen on that square and he stopped it. I don't know what his move is here. I'm terrified. He has to take the knight at some point. What's he thinking about? Is he going to play queen here, check? Okay, he takes the knight. Now, boy, taking this is really asking for it. Because of this thing, he's got 3 pieces on that square. Ugh. Is he going to take this? Probably. If I capture here, he takes rook up maybe. Queen checks. King back. Bishop retreats. I still think it's worth it. Plus, I've got that taking the queens off the board. I will play that in game. Check maybe. Really, the purpose of these 2 captures is to take squares away from his queen. It's not to collect pawns. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, Floppy. He's super strong. I mean, I got lucky to beat him. But, you know, luck's part of it. Unless this guy checkmates me, I think I got to win here. And I will take the queens off the board. Okay. He did what I thought he would do. I play here and his queen is not moving. And I'll be threatening this. He'll have to exchange queens. I've got, what am I, +3? Let's play it. He's going to have to exchange queens. What is it with my headset? I guess when the software for my headset updated, when it updated, it looks like it reset that because I had it set so that it would not turn off. It's turning off every 30 minutes, I think. It's about right. Okay. I'll play there. He's only got a pawn. I'm not worried about that. I can win this game. Now I can even push this pawn. That gives queen check. King, rook checks. King goes here. Anything else out of that? I actually want to preserve this pawn, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. I'll walk my king up and eat that pawn. Yep, I'm no longer worried about this one. He played a good game. I just got to make sure. Yeah, there we go. I don't even remember what this guy's name was. I don't even remember what the guy was I just played. Here we go. Never played this guy either. And I've had some horrible positions out of this variation. As usual, I'm only going to have time to play 4 games. Believe it or not, I think that's the book move. Bishop takes, king takes. I seriously think this is the move, and he's supposed to plug bishop here. I don't think he can sack. King takes. Check. G6. Knight here. This pins. It's the pin knight, so I'm gonna have to play here, I think. Is that true? I'll play here, and he pushes. I'll play here. I guess I gotta do this. The threat is this. This is like playing in Alekhines castles. He's got this beautiful isolated pawn for me to work on. And I intend to work on it. How soon do I need to? Is he going to go here? If he does, I'm going to drop back to here. I want a castle. This position's too open. There's a huge liability in the end game. This person's number 5 in the tournament. Boy, he must be really good. His rating's only 1925. I'm 250 points ahead of this guy. Is he going to play knight here? Probably. No. Because I'll trade it and win a pawn. Be a little careful here. If I kick this knight, this thing can come in and that bishop will attack my knight. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to blockade it. I need to put that there so that pawn can't move. I'll win it later. Yeah. That's what I need to do. Okay, if I kick this knight and he pushes, I grab the pawn. I like my position. If I don't mess up, I wondered if he'd do that. Do I just grab this pawn? I'm missing something here. He's got to move that piece now. Rook here, bishop here, knight takes. I get to capture this piece, it's really going to mess him up because he'll have to recapture with the pawn, and his rook won't have his open file at that point. You'll have 2 isolated pawns on the queen side. I could also capture here and give him an isolated pawn in the middle of the board. Taking the bishop's probably better. I don't know. Okay. pawn up. I think I want to play here. He plays here, though. I still want to do it. I'm a pawn to the good. Every single move that he makes helps me. That knight move threatens that. It threatens that pawn. Play knight here. Bishop here. I think the prudent thing to do is to play this. I'd love to put that piece on that square if I had time. But I don't think I have the time. Okay, I now have the time. If I play here, this knight can't come there or there. This bishop can't come out here. Here's the question. If I play this and give him the move, I'll be threatening that. If I play there, he plays rook here. And then I retreat and attack his rook. Okay, if I play here and he plays here, there's no real reason to get in a hurry about this. I could play this. Here, 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 check, here. If I play knight here, he plays bishop here. I have to play up. This rook comes down and gives check here. My bishop has to come back. Not real wild about how all that's playing out. Oh well, let's try it. Because at the end of all that, I can play my king up, and then my bishop's not going to get pinned. His bishop won't have that retreat. It's like right here, he plays this, I play here, he plays check, I play bishop here. He can't play bishop back to attack that thing again because of my rook. So he plays here, I play here, he plays check, I play here, and my next move is king up. I think that works. Okay, I did not really expect that. I want to get rid of that rook because it's his most active piece. Okay, now that square cannot be accessed by his. Yeah, what if we play here? That looks like a really great square for a knight. Attacks the bishop. He can play here, but I'll take the bishop off if he does. I'm getting a lot of activity for these pieces now. He could play here. That It's trading, and every time we trade a piece, it gets me closer to a king and pawn endgame that I'm winning. I need to get my king into this game. Here to here to here. Just as soon as it becomes a little less dangerous. Okay. Now, if I play knight here, does he have to trade? I'm hitting his rook and his pawn. If I play here and he moves his rook up somewhere, then I could grab another pawn. Although it's getting a little dangerous doing all that. I want to play here anyway. It's guarded by this piece. I don't think he has to take that. I think he can play here. Let's see, then I play here, and then he takes a knight, and I take the bishop. Knight takes, rook takes. We're in a rook and pawn endgame. I'm not saying that's the best line. I'm saying it is a line. Okay. It's probably going to play here. Now, I could play rook here just to guard that thing. The knight can't attack my rook because of the bishop. And it limits his rook. That's something I like about that. About that line. Because if I move it, he's going to have the file, which I don't like. I want to move here. I could play here, and that bishop will sit there forever. I wish my king was here. He's moving his king over there to get to this guy. He's going to play here and here. So in 2 moves, I got to do something. Here, king over, here, king up. I could play here and here. In the meantime, sure could. Okay, if I play here, king here, pawn here, king up, f5. I'm holding my rook on that great square. Oh, gosh, I didn't know I had some messages here. I'm watching you for the rest of the event. I can't calm down. Just beat an NM for the first time ever. Congratulations, Floppy. That's actually awesome. Sweet. And now okay, so what do I do here? If I move the rook, he wins the bishop. I got distracted for a second there. I think I need to take that piece. Is that what I do? I'm only going to be 1 pawn up in a rook and pawn endgame. Yeah. And now, I think it would be prudent to move my rook back. Sure do. Time to get my king activated. he's going to check me here. Check. King goes back. King here, check, rook here, rook here, rook over here. I want to play this one first. Then my king's going here. Yeah, my king's going here. He's going to check. I want to play rook up. The rook's going to come here. Ah. Now, when he does all this, you will have access to that. If I play here, he takes. That's not going to do anything. Here, check. Here, rook to the 7th. Push. This is going to get a little bit risky. What if I put my rook behind the pawn? And then when I push here and he plays check, the rook can come to here, guarding that pawn. The other thing is I could go ahead and just advance this pawn. Rook here maybe. Rook behind. Okay, don't freak out over the clock. I'm starting to freak a little bit. This guy could go this way and eat that pawn. Because all my pawns are protected. Wow. He did that. I like that, Floppy. Let's see. How do I do this? If I advance it, he's going to grab this one. A fact that would have been useful to know a minute ago. If I play king up, check, I have to play king straight back. Okay. King here. Oops. King here. Check. No, I play my rook up. That's what I do. This pawn and this pawn. I'm worried about them. At some point in rook and pawn endgames, you have to throw caution to the wind. And I got a feeling we're approaching that point. He absolutely cannot exchange rooks. I think he'll play here. A little bit rusty, I have to admit. I sure would love to win this pawn. Thing is pushing this. Oops, pushing this. After he moves, like if he moves here and I push there, I'm gonna have an eternal weakness back here. Whereas if I exchange with check, king takes, check. King back to protect that pawn. Check with the rook. King in the corner. My king comes up. Well, that gives me this move. And he still can't. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's going there. That's interesting. Guess I gotta play there. We may go into that line I was looking at. Okay, how do I do this? I can push his king all the way into the corner. I can also play here and win the A pawn. I don't think that's the point. He could end up winning both of these. We're going to find out. Oh, he's going after this pawn. Okay, king here, rook here. Pawn push. He could win this pawn. The question, I guess, is does it matter? I might start making some moves. Dropping back doesn't help anything. He's just going to check me to death. I'm going to have to move forward. He will win that pawn. I'm going here. There will be some mate threats once I get him on the back rank. Next move here. I think. I could clip a pawn while I'm here. Maybe not a bad idea given how this game's going. Next thing to do is get my king out of the way and start advancing my pawn. Let's see, how do I do this? This guy's not going to believe how fast my pawns are going to go down the board. Next here. I think he's going to have a problem when I play here. What is it with this headset? I changed that. Okay, that is a mate threat. And he's going to have to do something about it. That's also a mate threat. No, not really. Okay, let's see. Here, what do I need to do? Get behind his pawn? Well, I could take the rooks off right now, and then I queen in 2 moves. I think, let's see. Check, rook back, take, take. Here, yep, that's simple enough. This one's over. There we go. Nice. He gave me a good game. I'll give him a good game. Cheese in the bungalow is the guy I want after what happened last week. Still trying to recover from that one. I don't even remember how he won that game. I just know he won it. $8:15. I got time. I might have time for one more. I've only played 3 games, Floppy. What the heck? Somebody berserked me. Okay, whoever this guy is, he's getting it. It's your turn, dude. Make a move. Oh, it's the Fitzwilliam Darcy guy. I beat him last week. What did he play? I don't even remember. Oh, mouse slips. Yeah, I'd forgotten. I mouse slipped. Oh my gosh, what is this called? Accelerated Dragon? I don't know if it's any good or not, but I used to play. I'm completely out of theory here, Floppy and the world. Anybody watching? But I used to play this against Rocky when he played this line. I'm 4-4 against this guy. He has to play knight f6. Then I play e5. Then what I did was play e6, hitting the rook again. And when he played knight f6 again, I captured on f7. Who knows if this is good or bad? I don't know. I played it against Rocky. Just another BS line I came up with. Oh, he played it like that. That's curious. Well, he's got an isolated A pawn and an isolated C pawn. Okay. Where does this piece go? Tried to turn the volume up on the broadcast this week and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm going to have to work on it. Sure looks like that's the move. Because I can't play here and trade that knight. I mean, that's way too risky. I think that might be my move. Here maybe. E5 maybe. Yeah. I kind of want to just go home. Play here. I don't know. That move is tempting to me. But because he's kind of loose over here. But I'm not really sure. But, you know, like this knight can go here, then a bishop goes there, and I don't know. It's going to be hard to develop this knight. No, I'm gonna do that. I mean, he's loose. His king's got to go somewhere. I want a castle. Get a rook on this e-file. See, like right here, I can play this and trade that bishop. You know, play there. He could kick my queen. Okay, maybe I couldn't trade it. Time to castle. Nine minutes. This game's got to end in 9 minutes. Here, queen here, knight here. Oh, this knight's pinned actually. Well, that means I can do this. Is he gonna play here? Okay, I play here. He pushes. I play here. Knight here hitting my queen. Bishop comes back. Take the knight. He takes my bishop. So I have to take his bishop with check. The knight would have the option of going back. All of this to get rid of that one piece. Queen h5, knight f4. Bishop here, knight f4. Bishop checks. He has to take with the knight. Bishop takes, king takes. This is a crazy line. The whole purpose of which is to eliminate his dark squared bishop. I'm going to try it. I mean, dark squared bishop's a strong piece. It's, along this diagonal. It's going to allow me to bring another rook over. That's interesting. Now this is all unpinned and that piece is guarded. Right here. He pushes. Trade of queens helps me. Knight here to here. Can I get it there? I don't want him capturing this piece and doubling my pawns. If I play here, he could play here. And when I capture his knight, he takes my bishop. This may be unavoidable. I may have to get my pawns doubled. Bishop here. Knight here captures this knight. Then go here or here. Queen attacking the bishop. That's a lot of deep tactics that may not work. I'm going to let him double my c-pawns. And he does it. Probably push here next. Well, I want that file too, buddy. He still... Did I miss something? This is where I need to guard my rook. going to get behind that thing. He's going here or here. He guarded his Z pawn so he can move his queen. That was the purpose of that move. That didn't work. I think I'm going to have to get ready for the end game here, the serious end game. Queen and pawn. King here and then here. My clock's almost down to his. The square. My king's bot. Check. And he picks off that pawn. Here. Check. King up. Oh. I go here. Check. King moves here. I think this will hold. I'm getting behind him on the clock. He's coming after my kingside pawns. We have 2 minutes. I will take a draw. Whoa! Take, king up. Pawn push king up to here. Can he do that? Six to six. I may be lost in this end game. Oh, he did it to me over here on the queen side. Okay, push, take. This one's going to be a runner. Can I not get out of that? Is there nothing I can do there? This move was great. It stopped me cold. Go ahead, buddy. Go on after my H pawn. And he does. Now, I'm that far from queening. He's this far. He's got 2 pawns here. Oh my God, what do I do? Let's see. How do I do this again? Captures, he pushes. Or I capture. He captures. King back. Does that work? Well, I'm either going to win or lose. He pushes again. My king goes here. So I start running. This dude is going to lose. The reason is I know my theory. Okay. Check. Like I said, I know my theory. Check. I know my theory here. You can't take that pawn. I've got a queen. I've got all the time in the world. I don't need to be sweating this. I have time to do that, don't I? Don't I? Okay, there is a win here. What is it? I have to give him a move at some point, but my king needs to be over here, is the problem. Check, king over, grabs the pawn, he queens. I want my pawn a little further down the board before I do that. Okay. I go to here. He moves. What do I do here? I need to win this pawn. That's what I need to do. Can I check him back in there? I don't even know if it does me any good or not. I need to win this pawn right here. I think I have to do it on this move. My king's got to go all the way down here. Looked like Hikaru for a second there. I think I could go here. Don't let him skewer your queen. Eekbot. Ah. I've never played a queen ending like this before. I've never played a queen ending before. Can I do this? No, I'll lose my pawn. How do you win these? I don't know how to win them. No. He offered me a draw. I think I'm going to end up repeating the position. I don't know if it helps me to get back in there. Thanks, Floppy. If I go here, he checks on the 8th. Here. And he can't immediately win that pawn, can he? I want to advance the pawn. If I go here, he checks here, king to the 8th. I have no idea how to do this. I never studied these end games. He's hitting this pawn. I think he just won the pawn. Is there anything I can do about that? King here, he takes the pawn with check. I play queen here, he takes the pawn with check. Well, we're going to draw. Wow, what a game. I had a win in there, Floppy. I'll see you in the Zoom room. I'll stop recording this. That was, I had the time, just should have slowed down.